The decision was met with cheers on the steps of the Supreme Court. And hours later, President Obama also welcomed the ruling.
They've reaffirmed a fundamental principle that here in America, in the wealthiest nation on earth, no illness or accident should lead to any family's financial ruin.
Some outside the Supreme Court disagreed.
I don't believe the government should intervene in people's lives or the private sector.
But the ruling is good news for David Zoltan in Chicago, Illinois.
When the Affordable Care Act went into existence, one of the measures that it set up was for high-risk patients, people with pre-existing conditions like myself. I'm a diabetic of many, many years now, and I had no health insurance for a little bit over 2 years.
Through the Affordable Care Act, passed in 2010, Zoltan says he gets subsidized insurance, reducing his potential payments from $700 to $150 a month. The Supreme Court ruled 5-4, with Chief Justice John Roberts, a Republican appointee, voting in favor. The law includes a controversial individual mandate that requires Americans to have health insurance or pay a penalty. The court said that fee is legal and amounts to a tax. That rationale does not sit well with Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell.
The President of the United States himself promised up and down that this bill was not a tax. This law is a tax. The bill was sold to the American people on a deception.
Fellow Republican and presumptive presidential nominee Mitt Romney.
As you might imagine, I disagree with the Supreme Court's decision, and I agree with the dissent. What the court did not do on its last day in session, I will do on my first day if elected President of the United States.
With the focus back on health care, President Obama has a chance to highlight some popular provisions of the plan, which was, in part, modeled on one Romney championed when he was the governor of Massachusetts. That makes it a victory for Mr. Obama in more ways than one, says Norman Ornstein of the Washington-based American Enterprise Institute.
The more there's a focus on health care, the more it puts Romney, with his right, in a little uncomfortable position, because this is the guy who is the progenitor of the ideas, including the mandate, that make up this plan.
Some of the act's popular provisions will take effect before the presidential election in November. Suzanne, Presto, VOA News, Washington.